Hello and welcome back to Coaster Waffle, where today we're going to be building the world's most intense roller coaster. If you're familiar with this channel, you all know that this is the series where I challenge myself to build the worst roller coaster imaginable. What better ride for this than the B&M stand-up coaster? I'm not even sure I've heard one person who genuinely enjoys B&M stand-up coasters. Personally, I've never experienced one of them, but from what I've heard, I'm not looking forward to it. Anyway, this ride, like most other rides in this series, will be a giga coaster. I really don't understand why anyone at B&M thought that this was a good idea for a roller coaster. I just don't see how anyone would think that this is an enjoyable ride experience, especially on some of the older ones which have developed a bit of a rattle over time. Already this drop looks like one of the most painful elements on any roller coaster I've ever seen, and that does include Spinning Wild Mouse, which I built last episode, so you can tell the ride must be pretty bad. Now here we are going to add a 0G roll, which funnily enough is 0 Gs. If you do not understand this reference, I would highly recommend going and watching our review of Nemesis. Of course, that is after you've finished this video. Anyway, here the ride will transition into a steep helix and an extremely whippy pullout at the top, because what's not to love about a bone-crushing combination of lateral g-forces and airtime? Now, after this section, we will transition into a section of corkscrews. How many corkscrews is a good amount? Some may say 1 or 2, but I say 6. In my opinion, I-305 looks tame in comparison to this ride. Here there will rather imaginatively be another steep helix. However, instead of airtime when you pull out of this one,
as a special treat,
there will be a dive loop. After this element, there will be a dangerously unbanked turn. Because don't we all love some nice lateral g-forces, especially when you've been forced into a standing position. Here there's going to be a cheeky pop of airtime. Is there even a stand-up coaster with airtime out there? I can't even begin to imagine what that sensation would feel like. Make sure to comment on this video if you have ridden a stand-up coaster, and did you enjoy it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this interesting ride model. Anyway, after an Immelman, we'll descend into an element which I can't even begin to describe. It starts with a reasonable banked turn. I feel quite disappointed with, because it does lack a bit of intensity. And after an awkward transition upwards, well, I wasn't lying when I said I couldn't describe this element to you. You end up heading into curved inline twist. I am genuinely losing the will to live watching this footage back. It brings me great shame to know that I was the person who created this monster. Imagine if this was actually ever built. It is safe to say that it would not be very popular among the GP, and I think a lot of enthusiasts would also hate this element. I mean, if it was a flawless coaster, I think some would enjoy it, but having to experience this whilst stood up just wouldn't be a fun experience. Anyway, we are approaching the POV of this ride. If you've watched all the way, make sure to smash a like and subscribe. Notifications turned on. Comment below what ride you'd want to see me create in this series. Anyway, thank you for watching. Really does mean a lot to us, and I hope you enjoy the POV.